There's a strange pattern you start to notice as you get older. Some of the smartest people you know, the straight-A students, the high performers, the ones with impressive jobs, are completely broke. Meanwhile, people with half their IQ quietly stack cash, buy homes, and build real wealth. So here's the question nobody likes to say out loud. Why are the smart ones broke and the dumb ones rich? Today, I'm breaking down the 5 psychological traps that keep intelligent people financially stuck, in the exact moment when intelligence stops helping you and starts sabotaging your money. Before we do that, the first myth we need to destroy is that intelligence naturally produces wealth. There's some truth to this correlation, but only up to a point. Research using the National Longitudinal Survey shows that each point increase in IQ scores raises income by between $234 and $616 per year. That sounds significant until you do the math. The difference between someone with an IQ of 100 and someone at 130 translates to roughly $6,000 to $18,000 annually. In addition, once a person reaches a certain income bracket, roughly the European equivalent of 60,000 euros or around 6 figures in the United States, intelligence stops being the main predictor of financial success. At high levels of income, the difference between people is not intellectual anymore. It becomes behavioral. Let's explore these 5 psychological and behavioral traps. Trap number 1, status spending. High IQ individuals work in competitive, high-income environments filled with other successful people. When everyone around you displays wealth, it becomes easy to feel poor even if your earnings are objectively high. This creates what economists call rank anxiety, the feeling that you're falling behind socially or professionally, which leads to purchasing decisions designed to signal success rather than build wealth. Status spending is especially dangerous because it rarely feels irrational. A nicer car makes sense. A larger home in a better neighborhood seems reasonable. Premium vacations feel earned. But over time, these expenses erode the margin that should be building your net worth. The money that could have been invested in appreciating assets gets funneled into consumption that provides social validation but no long-term financial return. The solution requires an identity shift. You must move from displaying wealth to accumulating it. Instead of thinking, how do I look successful? You begin asking, how do I become the kind of person whose wealth grows quietly? Truly wealthy people don't broadcast their status. They reinforce their financial foundation. They understand that invisible wealth is more powerful than visible luxury. Trap number 2, analysis paralysis. Smart people love to analyze. They love models, spreadsheets, research papers, comparisons, and hypotheticals. In most domains, this is an advantage. But in financial planning, it becomes a weapon of self-sabotage. The number one reason intelligent people delay investing is the search for the perfect strategy. They compare index funds, expense ratios, asset allocations, tax advantages, international diversification, and risk-adjusted returns. They read everything but execute nothing. This is what I call the thinking trap, the assumption that more analysis leads to better outcomes. Here's the brutal truth. The person who picks a simple index fund at age 25 and invests consistently until retirement will beat the overthinker almost every time. Research by Terrence Oden analyzed 10,000 brokerage accounts and found that the average return on purchased securities was 3.3% lower than the return on securities sold. In other words, all that trading and analysis actually destroyed returns. Finance rewards time in the market, not the sophistication of your strategy. The person with the good enough plan executed consistently will crush the person with the perfect plan sitting in a research document. You cannot compound time you never invested. The escape from analysis paralysis is simple but psychologically difficult. You must begin before you understand everything. Action beats perfection. Trap number 4, perfectionism. Perfectionism is analysis paralysis's twin. Highly intelligent people are extraordinarily good at spotting problems. They can see every flaw in a financial plan before it even exists. This ability is valuable in engineering, law, or medicine, but in financial planning, it becomes self-sabotage. Perfectionism convinces people that they shouldn't begin until they can design the perfect budget, build the perfect portfolio, or choose the perfect retirement strategy. They postpone saving because they want the perfect percentage. They don't start investing because they're waiting for the ideal moment. But there is no ideal moment. There is only lost time. The people who build wealth aren't the ones with flawless plans. They're the ones who take immediate action, accept imperfection, and iterate along the way. Wealth is created through consistent execution, not intellectual elegance. The mindset shift is profound. Instead of asking, "How can I make this perfect?" you must ask, "What small action can I take today that moves me forward?" Perfectionism destroys financial progress. Imperfect action builds it. Trap number 4, overconfidence. This trap is one of the most financially destructive for intelligent people. High achievers often assume that because they excel in their careers, they can also outperform the market. They believe that with enough research and analysis, they can find undervalued stocks, time the market, or beat passive investing. But the stock market doesn't reward intelligence. Two researchers analyzed 66,465 households at a large discount brokerage from 1991 to 1996 and found that those who traded most earned an annual return of just 11.4%, while the market returned 17.9%. The investors who did the most thinking and made the most trades performed the worst. They concluded that trading is hazardous to your wealth, and overconfidence explains both the high trading levels and the resulting poor performance. Even professional fund managers with entire research teams and millions in resources routinely underperform simple index funds. Smart people find this infuriating. They don't want to accept average returns. They want to outperform. The result is constant tinkering, chasing trends, reacting to headlines, and trying to outsmart a system that incorporates the decisions of millions of participants. The solution is counterintuitive. You must embrace external constraints. Build systems that prevent you from acting impulsively. Commit to long-term strategies and resist the urge to change them. Recognize that the most intelligent thing you can do is accept the limits of your own knowledge and trust the mathematics of compounding over the illusions of market timing. Now we arrive at one of the most insidious traps for high earners: lifestyle inflation. High intelligence often leads to high income, but high income doesn't automatically produce financial security. Bank of America's analysis found that among higher income households living paycheck to paycheck, lifestyle creep may be the main driver. You buy a house, a couple of cars, and suddenly all your money goes to bills. Now here's where intelligence backfires spectacularly. Smart people are excellent at rationalizing their spending. They craft beautifully logical explanations for every upgrade, every purchase, every lifestyle expansion. They tell themselves they deserve it after years of hard work. They convince themselves it's necessary for their career or their family. They use their intelligence to defend decisions that sabotage their financial future. The solution isn't willpower, it's automation. If you automate your savings the moment your paycheck arrives, your money moves to the right places before your emotions get involved. This method, called reverse budgeting, flips the usual approach. Instead of spending first and saving what is remaining, you save first and spend whatever is left. Every time your income increases, adjust your automated savings upward before you ever see that extra money. Over time, this locks in financial progress without requiring constant emotional decisions. By now, the pattern should be clear. Smart people do not stay broke because they lack financial knowledge. They stay broke because their intelligence amplifies their behavioral biases. They overthink, they overplan, they overtrade, they overspend, they overanalyze, and they use their cognitive abilities to justify all of it. If this breakdown helped you see your own financial behaviors differently, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Which of these traps have you seen smart people fallen into? Subscribe for more simple money videos. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.